So this month we're coming to you from one of our fabulous listings, 417 Riverside Drive, apartment 3A1. It is a beautiful 2-bed, 1-bathroom with amazing views of Riverside Park. You can check out all the details in a link below. And this month we're talking about really what everyone's talking about, the rapid fall of SVB, the subsequent closing of Signature Bank, and as we speak, First Republic Bank is for sale. And what all that means for the real estate market. I think it's been a really scary, kind of challenging last week. But the good news is the New York market is still moving.
Yeah, and I think, people that have been sidelined for a while, they're still out there looking.
Mm-hmm.
Surprisingly, we still have a supply constraint.
Yeah, absolutely.
People are not moving. People that want to leave the city can't leave. They're not finding the homes that they want elsewhere because of supply constraints elsewhere. So we're starting to feel that here. So, in spite of everything going on, to us, it still feels active.
Yeah, absolutely.
And conversations that I've had with mortgage brokers, it follows. Pre-approvals are up, and they are still having a lot of calls with new clients for pre-approvals. It doesn't necessarily mean it's leading to the contract activity that we're used to seeing, but still, people are out there, they're looking, and I think regardless of how all of this plays out, we're still poised for an active spring.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, of course, there is a segment of our client base that has been impacted by these bank closures, right? I mean, it was, the startups, the finance world, VC people, people directly impacted by the closure of SVB most. And then Signature Bank in New York represents a lot of developers, landlords, and so, we've definitely heard the stories, but the interesting thing is it hasn't created this the brakes have not been slammed on in terms of this market. Like we saw last year when the interest rates went up very quickly and the market very quickly slowed down.
Right.
This news I feel like people are taking in stride, and it's also because the government stepped in and said, hey, deposits are fine.
Right.
If they didn't step in and say, your deposits are 100% back, I think we'd be in a different situation right now.
Absolutely.
And so that's the good news. And I think absolutely. Supply is still constrained. Of course, it depends on what it is and what neighborhood, but overall, we are seeing a lack of inventory.
Yeah. And what's interesting is we've gone on a few pitches recently, and I do feel like the tone of the sellers we've been meeting with has changed a little bit.
Absolutely.
When it's a lot of news and it's in your face, there is a little bit of a softening. It's no longer, let's go for this pie in the sky price and see what happens. Yeah. I do think there's more a meeting of the minds now between sellers, between buyers. We're seeing prices come on at more realistic price points where we think they will trade. And hopefully that will lead to more transactions.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like, the market's still moving, but pricing is important. And making sure you're realistic based on all these external factors going on.
Right.
So thanks so much for joining us, and if you have any questions, we're here and we're happy to help. Have a great month, everybody.